The season of giving is in full swing as more holiday charity drives get underway. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Ryan Benazzo. They're two of the biggest fundraisers of the holiday season. Today, organizers of the Christmas Cheer and Toys for Tots campaigns officially kicked off this year's annual call for community support. They hope the spirit of Christmas will shine bright to ensure thousands of families can have a Christmas dinner and presents under the tree. Emma Chilton reports.
The Thunder Bay Christmas Cheer Fund and Toys for Tots launched their 2025 campaigns at Intercity Shopping Centre. Both groups have a long-standing tradition of providing hampers to families in need, with a week's worth of groceries and a full turkey dinner, along with toys for the children. Chair of the Thunder Bay Firefighters Toys for Tots campaign, Rob Wilson, says they now begun collecting donations at their fire station in the Intercity Food Court.
Oh, you can come by. We're at the mall now from now through till December 20th, and we'll be collecting donations as always. As well as that, we are doing a server day at Boston Pizza. You can drop off a donation anywhere, any TD bank. They will collect donations, and we're also going to be organizing some other fundraising events, so stay tuned.
Christmas Cheer got a quick start to their campaign, receiving a $10,000 donation from Ontario Power Generation. Last year, the Cheer campaign raised just under $280,000, and Chair Jill Thompson says it would be nice to raise around the same amount again this year.
There is a large need. We see that continuing to grow year over year. The need is absolutely undeniable this year especially. We continue to see the number of children that are needing our help and families needing our help grow.
Residents can donate directly to the Christmas Cheer Fund, and Thompson explains how families can register for a Christmas hamper.
We receive cards from our Ontario Works and ODSP clients. People can also register by phone if they are meeting the criteria. They can call into our Christmas Cheer office and inquire about receiving a hamper.
Hamper pickups will be at the CLE Coliseum building for Southside families on December 17th and for the North Side on December 18th. Emma Chilton, TBT News.
Paramedics from the district rallied outside Superior North EMS headquarters today, calling for more staff and higher wages. And if a new deal isn't reached by Wednesday, they'll be in a legal strike position. The district paramedics serve communities along the North Shore, the Greenstone area, Armstrong, and Uppsala. The union says staffing shortages have pushed emergency care to the brink, and that rural paramedics have more difficult working conditions than their city counterparts. The district bargaining group has been without a contract for a year. Unifor Local 229 President Carrie Jeffords says they've been at the table numerous times, but feels the city-run service still hasn't recognized the realities of remote EMS work.
They're traveling. We call them traveling medics, sometimes sleeping in beds that are in and around the base that they're working out of. Reclining chairs is one of the places they used to sleep, and so the conditions, the break conditions aren't there. They're not getting a good rest. They're always waiting for that pager, that call to come in. So they have to respond in under 8 minutes to a call.
EMS Chief Shane Muir wasn't available for a TV interview, but in a statement, he says they're committed to reaching a fair deal. The two parties are back at the bargaining table on Monday and Tuesday. In the event of a strike, district paramedics will still respond to calls, but won't perform some administrative functions. Ontario's education minister has delayed the release of school EQAO test results from last year. Paul Calandra says it's because he wants to act on the results, but critics call it a lack of accountability, and the Elementary Teachers Association questions the effectiveness of the test altogether. CTV's Siobhan Morris explains.
It's the education system's annual report card. How well are kids grasping math, reading, and writing?
Soon we'll be releasing the EQAO results, so there's a lot more that has to happen in education to put it all back on the right path.
But the Education Quality and Accountability Office report is usually out earlier in the fall. The Minister of Education says he's been holding it back to do a deep dive and act on what he's seeing.
It's absolutely ridiculous. The minister could release the information and then still analyze it.
The Liberals say the system should be able to walk and chew gum.
I think he's hiding the results because the government's record in education isn't great.
Last year's EQAO results showed fewer students in grades 3 and 6 meeting literacy standards. Math scores were steady or slightly improving, but still low.
It's actually most importantly for kids their educators and their families so they can get the help that they need, if they need it, to learn.
The opposition calls this holdback part of a government pattern.
They do not think they need to be transparent with parents or with educators. They don't think they need to be accountable to us, and information sharing is something that is optional.
The Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario describes EQAO results as just a snapshot of one day.
Wanting to take a deep dive or really understand what's happening with a one-time assessment tool is concerning.
Bell believes the minister's time would be better spent taking a whole-of-child approach.
It means smaller classes. It means investing in having more professionals in our classroom so that we have the proper mental health supports, so we have the proper professionals besides our educators in the building to help students be successful.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
Some regional high school students were in Ignace this week learning about careers in the nuclear energy field. The three-day symposium highlighted skilled trades and technology opportunities that will be augmented by the future nuclear waste facility near Ignace. Joey Langdon has the story.
High school students from Ignace, Dryden, and Pickle Lake were bused to the Ignace Recreation Center to attend the Nuclear Use Symposium. There, they were able to participate in various activities to learn more about careers in nuclear energy. This included environmental case studies, carpentry workshops, lessons in architecture and law, and many more hands-on activities. The recurring theme was with the incoming nuclear waste repository west of Ignace. More young people will now have the option to stay in their hometowns when looking for their career.
Absolutely. You know, in the past, and this really touches my heart, in the past they've had to leave this community to find jobs. So it's very important that they're going to be able to learn trades, get involved, and stay within their community.
You know, I think a lot of students, have to move to Thunder Bay or elsewhere to get work. So I think the fact that they could get really interesting, rewarding careers and stay here in Ignace, and to take part in the big growth that's coming, right? We will see a big increase in the population of Ignace. So I think young people are excited about that as well.
Various exhibitors were in the upper hall during the event to promote the field of nuclear energy and to answer any questions the students may have.
Although you may not know what you want to do when you're grade 11, grade 12, that's very common. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do, and so we're just trying to help them understand and know that they don't have to have all the answers, but there's nothing too big that you can do. You can dream big, you can have faith, and you can build on skills that you don't think you have, but even though something seems hard, you can persevere and you can get better at it and it becomes easier, and maybe it's something you're passionate about.
It's very important to stay engaged, not just with the youth, but with the community as well. I would like to see this happen every year to keep the youth involved and, prepare them for their future.
The town of Ignace has pledged to organize more events in the future to raise awareness of the benefits of the long-term nuclear waste depository would bring Ignace after they're selected for the site last fall. Joey Langdon, TBT News.
The Friends of Chippewa Park are trying a new way to convince City Council to repave the road leading to the century-old park. A 2023 petition led to some pothole patching at the far end of City Road, but the group's past president, Bill LaFontaine, says they were discouraged to see that the latest capital budget doesn't contain any money for repaving there in 2026 or 27.
We've been presenting for a few years to get it done, but apparently the city councilors were still unaware of how busy the park is. So what Ian Angus and them did was purchase a couple car counters and everything. We installed them last year.
According to those figures from the car counters, the entrance to Chippewa Park saw nearly 72,000 vehicles in July and August alone, and about 151,000 overall from last spring until this fall. LaFontaine says those strong numbers come despite an entrance road that currently has more patching than original asphalt. The group wants City Council to see those traffic figures and realize that Chippewa and Sandy Beach are well-used city attractions deserving of an upgraded road.
The park is very, very popular, and we're just trying to convince the city that the better the road is, the more people we can get out here. I mean, the city has tried to repair it and patch it and everything, but it's to the point where it needs to be resurfaced, and that's what we're looking to do.
Nazem University wrapped up its 20th anniversary year with the school's first open house since before the pandemic. Today's events in Thunder Bay and Sudbury included Nazem staff, students, local dignitaries, and residents. The med school used the milestone to invite people to come and see their facilities and potentially recruit new students. Canada's first rural medical university is rapidly expanding, going from 56 seats to 108 and doubling its residency program. All of that is meant to help people across the Northwest find a family doctor.
Well, you know, we're a community-embedded university. I think that it's important that Northwestern Ontarians and people in Thunder Bay understand that, we're here to stay, and, there's a lot of training and growth that's happening right now within the school, and it's an opportunity for the general public to come and understand a little bit more about what we do here.
Well, yeah, so I'm super grateful for the opportunity to be here and be a first-year medical student and represent my school. Trying to recruit other people and students here, so that's really exciting, and celebrating the 20 years that Nazem has been here for, so that's super exciting too, so I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Well, let's turn our attention to the weather now, and Haley, it was a day of above seasonal values once again, and those clouds that we saw early this morning were dissipating throughout the day.
That's right. It started off as a bit of a shy day for the sunshine, but it got a little bolder and braver as the day went along. And it was one of those days where sunglasses weren't just for fashion, they were also very practical. I know I was out later in the afternoon where the clouds had diminished, the sun was out more, and we also saw the wind pick up slightly from the northwest in the afternoon. So if you're like me and you're a crier in the sunshine, then you popped on those sunglasses and the wind and the sun no longer bothered you. And it was still definitely a day that was worth getting out and about for, because we did get to a high of 3 at around 3 this afternoon. So very lovely for this time of year. And of course, the sunshine is always nice to see, even if it's a little bright for my sensitive eyes. Now, for the rest of the region, we also saw clouds diminish for the most part from areas in the west. It started a little cloudier up in areas like Red Lake, and it was mostly cloudy for most of the day, but they're partly cloudy now. They are at -2. They had a low of -4 with a wind chill making it feel like -9, so they have warmed up quite a bit. And a few areas did get above the freezing mark as well. We see Fort Frances is still there with their high of 2. They're clear at the moment. Atikokan is at 1 right now, but they saw a high of 2 earlier in the day as well. But Thunder Bay with our high of 3 was one of the warmest areas. Nipigon and Wawa both saw highs of 1, but they are cooling off to either the freezing mark or slightly below at this hour. Now, Dryden was one of the areas that did see some overnight light flurries, but that cleared up as the day went on. But areas further northeast still saw some light snow throughout the day. Those areas included Armstrong and Greenstone, -4 for both of those areas right now, and that is their high for the day. But luckily, it seems as though the light snow has eased off a little bit, and now they're just mostly cloudy. Down in Sault Ste. Marie, though, it's been an interesting day for them. They've seen light rain throughout the afternoon into this hour, but they are at 2 degrees. They saw a high of 4 earlier, so that they were 1 degree warmer than we were, but it came with some rain as well. As for tonight in Thunder Bay, we're looking at a low of -9, which is right around seasonal for us at this time of year. The wind chill will make it feel like -12, but that will probably come closer to the morning hours tomorrow. It will be partly cloudy, but winds from the northwest will die down, so that's nice to see. In the next hour or so, it should dissipate. As for the weekend, when we take a look ahead, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. We're looking at some snow on Saturday, but Sunday, sunny. It fits its name, so that's good to see. And across the entire weekend, we are looking at highs that will reach above seasonal. So even if we see some snow on Saturday, it will probably be earlier in the day, and then after that, warmer once again.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks a lot, Haley.